got fire there.
Yeah, let's get to know you, sir. Can you tell us your full names?
Okay, I'm yours sincerely, Otuoba Ufuoma Francis. I'm 43 years old. I'm Nigerian, but I like to consider myself an African. My background is in banking. I've had an extensive working career as a banker in Nigeria, 15 years.
Wow.
3 different banks, UBA, Fidelity, and Keystone Bank. I studied economics in Prolecerol University, and I have a master's in economics as well from SU Business School. I've done several jobs, worked in the banking industry like I rightly mentioned, and I've had to manage some finance houses back home in Nigeria before I came over to Sweden a couple of years ago.
So what do you do right now? What do you work with right now?
Yeah, I do a couple of things. One is that I work remotely with some organizations. One of them is Prolecerol, and I'm sure that is what we're here to talk about.
Yes, Prolecerol.
It's actually a fintech company.
Prolecerol is give us a background. What is Prolecerol all about?
Prolecerol is actually a fintech company that was set up by a couple of chaps in the US a year ago. What Prolecerol does basically is provide credit facilities for blacks and colored. Blacks and colored in diaspora, basically. We understand that there's a lot of limitations, a lot of bottleneck, a lot of challenges with our diaspora brothers. They are unable to access credit facilities to take care of their businesses, take care of their consumer needs and all of that. So we are providing, we have to come up with Prolecerol to give, a face to that critical need that
yes,
we noticed has been in coexistence.
Yes, it's quite a unique and niche area you picked. The provision of credits to blacks and colored people. This is the first time I'm hearing that. I know they used to have such like black banks in the US, but this is Europe, and this is the first time I'm hearing that a black creditor is coming into to Europe. So how is this going to? How are you guys going to actually operate?
Okay, currently we are fully operational in the US and in Canada. That's where the pilot stage started from, and we're hoping to expand to Europe, and I'm sure that Sweden would be the very first step. We understand that there's a growing population of blacks here, Africans in Sweden, and we decided that this would be the right place to, start Prolecerol to provide all of this amazing, assistance to our black brothers and people of color, basically. So that is the reason why we decided to pick Sweden. It's the home of several Africans, and probably because I'm here to, I have to champion that.
You have to champion and bring it back, bring it here.
That, in the first quarter of 2023, we will be done with the registration process and all of the documentation. Of course, we need to do a lot of collaborations with the Swedish government and all of the relevant agencies that would require, to be able to do all of the credit checks and be able to, so that's where we are at the moment.
Okay, so are there limits to these credits? For instance, if say a private person wants to lend money, wants to borrow money from Prolecerol, so how much is going to be the limit?
Okay, of course, all of that would be determined when we eventually kick off. All of those criteria will be predicated largely on several conditions. You call them acceptance criteria, or you call them conditionalities. You know, so largely, of course, it will be predicated on your earning capacity, your credit rating, you know, your ability to pay. So several factors will be considered largely. But again, of course, we know that there's going to be single obligor limit, like it is, you know, called in banking. Of course, we know that you shouldn't be giving beyond what you have the capacity to pay, considering the, you know, the tenure that it's. But it's going to be at a very ridiculously single-digit interest rate.
Really?
I can assure you that.
I will hold you to that.
Sure.
And it's strictly for black people.
Yeah, because we discovered that a lot of Africans, blacks, really do not have access to credit facility for some reasons that we do not know. And just like back home in Africa, we say the vast majority of the population is unbanked. You know,
yeah,
so,
exactly.
We're saying that those Africans that are clearly, maybe they have a bit of issues with their documentations. At some level, we may put some, you know, once we're able to understand the, you know, conditions that they operate in, we'll be able to tailor some of these things just to fit in. The whole idea is to ensure that they are able to take care of their personal needs and, you know, they are comfortable. That's the idea. The whole idea is to ensure too that we're able to democratize credit and, you know, find a way to enhance financial literacy. That's it, basically.
So where are you guys going to site the office? Prolecerol.
Okay, at the moment...
Is it Malmo, Stockholm, or Västerås, or Uppsala, or Göteborg, or Örebro?
Well, of course, you know, Stockholm is the capital of Sweden, and Stockholm is considered as the capital of Europe.
That means you're moving to Stockholm.
Well, we're still. I'm of the opinion, but that's for the board to decide. Malmo is a unique city. You would agree with me.
Yes.
Malmo is considered the United Nations of Europe. Housing over 197 nationalities. You must agree with me that there's a large concentration of Africans here. You know, so we must look at. So there are several considerations.
But the business capital.
Yeah, of course, that's key too. But I can't tell you that where we would. But this bank is not going to be. Of course, you know, banking is beginning to move from brick and mortar walls. So
of course,
you don't have physical space anymore.
Of course.
So the whole idea is that we are moving banking to the tech space. So it's going to be with your mobile phone you can access. You really don't need to physically interact with anybody. You know, so it's going to be visually driven. So it's going to be a virtual platform. All of that will be provided, so you can access it via your phone, your laptop, and every other device. But of course, we're going to have a physical office, possibly in Stockholm or in Malmo. I don't know for the now, but that's not going to be a limitation, and it's not going to reduce our reach to our prospective customers.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy for this glad news, because there's so many people in the African community that are going to be benefiting from this. Say the Afro stores, even private individuals are going to be able to access small short-term loans and even long-term loans and be able to pay back from their incomes. So it's a very gladdening news, and I can't wait for you guys to come on board. When do you say you guys are coming in again?
We are certain that at best before the first quarter of 2023 will be done. We should be done with the registration.
That's before March.
Yes, we should be done with the registration process and all of those internal formalities. Then we can we should be launching between April and May. We should be launching.
That means you've started looking for office space.
Yes, all of those arrangements are currently ongoing as we speak. Our team were in the country a few weeks ago to have conversation with the relevant authorities, and I can assure you that very shortly would be launching on full scale.
Prolecerol giving credit facilities to black people and people of color. We can't wait to welcome you in because, like you said, the black community is always suppressed and they're always starved of certain kinds of facilities. But hopefully you guys are going to fill this space, fill the gap, and hopefully the Afro community will be the better for it. Thank you very much, Mr. Francis, for giving us your time. And we can't wait to have you guys cite your company in Sweden. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure having Afro community around. We're hoping that very shortly we'll invite you guys for the official launch.
Thank you very much. Yeah.